Hi everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. This is a super cute gift box made using the envelope punch board. So I know there's going to be a few of you that will be happy with this one because you've been asking for me to do a box. So this is one of many boxes that you can make with the envelope punch board, but I needed this specific size for a gift which is already in there. I'm not going to reveal any more than that. It's kind of a box within a box, but that's ready, and I need 2 of these. So yeah, it's all reinforced, it's super strong, and I've just finished it off with all these lovely little bits and pieces here. Stamping Up You're Fabulous. This is a Stamping Up leaf die, and then this background wood effect here, or wood grain, is a Heidi Swap huge big stamp there as well. So yeah, it's really nice. You can see the side there. And obviously it's just plain. Okay, so let's crack on and make this one. So you will need, I've just got everything here on this board. So the envelope punch board, okay. I used for my boxes Falling Flowers little die, which I love. Just this little leaf one here is just really nice. That one, and then I used You're Fabulous, which is from a retired hostess set, Whole Lot of Lovely. The colours I've used were the Distressed Oxides, Worn Lipstick and Cracked Pistachio. And then I've already prepared this one, so I've just die cut there with my oval framelets, a little sentiment, and I've cut those little leaves all ready to go. So that's that. That's the wood grain Heidi Swap stamp. Then you need 2 pieces of 8 1/4 inch squared paper and 2 pieces of 3 1/8 of an inch by 4. Okay, don't need my scoreboard, I just had it all on there just to show you. So, ooh, dropping things. Okay, so starting off with your 8 1/4 inch squared piece, which is your base, and your envelope punch board. Okay. What you want to do first of all is, let me just grab your little tool on the front, on the side. So all we're going to be doing is scoring. You're not going to be using the punch at all for this project. It's just the scoring that we need. Okay, so first of all, you want to line up this top left-hand corner. You want to line it up so it's at 2 5/8 of an inch. Now, every single one of these, you're going to make sure it's spot on. So it's bang on that 5/8 of an inch, 2 5/8 of an inch mark, okay? When you've got it where you need it, you are then going to on there, and then you're just going to, with your tool, hog it onto the right-hand side there, and it will just sit down into the groove that's underneath. Don't worry that it won't score all the way off to the edge. It's fine. You've got enough there to be able to fold, okay? So you just want to do that one score line there. Then you want to move it along to the 4 5/8 of an inch marker. So all the way along here to 4 5/8 of an inch, and again you're going to score, and that one will go right off that end, but again you've got enough to be able to fold it all. Okay, then we are going to, let me remember what I'm doing here. Yeah, then you want to rotate it 180 degrees. Okay, so that what you've just scored is now towards your bottom left, and you're going to score the same score lines again, so 2 5/8 of an inch. Okay, and then 4 5/8 of an inch, like so. So that's what you should. So then you've just done that, then rotate it 90 degrees, okay? And you then want to score at 3 1/4. So line it up to 3 1/4. Okay, so you should have all of these lines facing this way, all right? And at 3 1/4, you're just going to score down like so. Okay, then you want to move it along to 5 1/4, which will bring you right up to the edge of your board. So just with your finger, just hold it at the edge so the card meets your finger, because that last little bit there is 1/4. So right at the very end of the board, and just score. Then rotate it 180 degrees. So what you've just scored is again down in that left hand corner, and again you want to go to 3 1/4 and score, and then to 5 1/4, so right up to the edge there, like so. Okay, So now just burnish all of those score lines before we do some final scoring. You just need to make sure that you join all of these score lines up where they're not quite meeting the ends. We need them to be right at the end. So just go along and just burnish with, use your little tool there, and just burnish all of those lines so they go right along all of the card. Okay, so that's all been burnished. Okay, so with this, with all the kind of burnished pieces facing down, so you want your back side really facing you, just pop it back in again, and we'll just use this one here, for example, this outer score line here. You want to just put it back into line with this score line underneath here. Okay, so see that whole piece is all lined up, right? Then the second one that's here, just look at where it comes at, and it should be at 2 3/8 of an inch. If it's not, change it to another side so that it meets, because one of them might be, let's see, for example, oh no, 2 3/8. Yeah, so you got 2 3/8. So it is all right. So yeah, make sure it's at 2 3/8, that second one there. And then we're going to move it across. So go to 3 3/8, this one here, and then to 4 3/8. And then you want to score this end one here. Okay. So then rotate it again, pop it all in. This one here, you want to be lined up with this one here, this plastic score line. Again, you should then be coming in at 2 3/8. Okay, move it along to 3 3/8 and then to 4 3/8. And again, you just want to score. And then rotate and repeat that again. And that last one again. So using the second score line, 2 3/8, 3 3/8, and 4 3/8. This one here. And just score. Okay, so remove your scoreboard for the moment. And just again burnish those lines so that you can meet up the score line to the other end, because it didn't quite meet. So that is now what you should have. Okay, so you'll have a rectangle in the middle here, so longer sides here and then shorter. So with that in mind, so with the rectangle this way, so you want the longest length facing you, I'm going to just do some cutting. So you've got this triangle at the very end, then you've got this one here, and then you've got this rectangle. So you've got 2 rectangles. You want to cut up either side of the rectangle. So go past that first score line here, down to the second. And again, go down past that first score line and down to the second. And then go along to this piece here, and there'll be this tiny little triangle. You just want to cut down there. And again on that side, just cut down there, like so. Then you're going to remove that little triangle, and again on that side, and then remove the little triangle all the way down here as well. So just taking off all of these unnecessary bits that we don't need, and you're creating that reinforced cutting, so that you're creating that reinforced box, just as you would if it was square. It's just this is obviously on a diamond shape. Okay, now what you want to do is just go around and take off some little notches on all of the edges here, just like I do on my normal boxes. So just on these little tabs, and just cutting off like so. If you want to then square that off as well, you can. It just gives you a bit more to stick glue to, that's all. And then if you just, again down here, just very slightly, just take off a little bit, because this is all going to be folding in back on each other. So we just want to take off some of that bulk. Okay, then rotate 180 degrees, so now you've got the other end facing you. And again, cut down that one. And that one. And again, cut all these little bits, and then cut the triangles out. Like so. And again, just go and take a little bit off of all of those. Okay, so that's those. And then this here, these 2 shorter pieces, again, just take a little bit off of the sides of those. Like so. of that. Okay, so that is the shape that you should have. Okay, just hold that there a minute so you can freeze the picture if you need to. Okay, so now we just need to go ahead and stick all of this together. So basically these pieces are going to come in and it's all going to get folded down like this. Okay, you can kind of see there how it's all going to come together. So let me just take that all out again before I don't want it all completely in place. Right, so what you want to do, so obviously that's the inside, so flip it over and you want to put glue on these pieces here. So I'm just going to grab my wet glue there and just make sure you hog the score line end because that is the corner of the box, so you want to make sure that's nice and stuck down. And just work your way around and just bring it down and bring up the sides there so you get a really nice right angle and corner of your box, like so. Okay, and just go around and do that on all of those four corners. Okay, so just make sure those sides are all stuck down, and then what you want to do is put some glue on all of these pieces here. You don't have to put loads, it's just to kind of put it in position. It's not to really, it won't affect the box, wouldn't fall apart or anything like that. So I'm just putting a bit on there just so it all sticks in place. And just do one side at a time, so just go in and fold it so that the triangle then that is on the base. I just turn that on its side and just use your bone tool to just spread all that glue out and just to make sure you get a really crisp side there, and that all sits in nicely. Okay, and just go around there and so that is the base of our box. Now you can see inside, see the triangles, they don't obviously meet up and you've got little bits there where they don't quite join. That's because of the size of the box. I've gone kind of bigger than maybe you would do on a envelope punch board in the sense of a reinforced box. So that's why you've got those bits there. But again, it's nice and neat, so I don't mind. But that's why I suggested that maybe you'd want a piece to put in the bottom to cover that up. So this piece here will just fit nicely inside. She says, maybe I've gone a little bit big there. I might have to take a piece off. Where's my pokey tool, just so I can get that back out. I thought it would fit in. Yeah, I think it's the right measurement for the top, but I think I need to just take a little bit off of the side here. So you might just have to shear a little bit off just so it's nice and flush. Yeah, see already that's better now, so I can just stick that down. Okay, so that measurement's fine, just shear a little bit off the side piece there. Like so, and like I said, if you wanted to have a sentiment there or something, you can. It's quite nice to do that inside of boxes. And there you go, it just finishes off a little bit more. So that's that piece done, so pop that to one side. Just gonna get okay, so now with our lid, so this is your other 8 1/4 inch squared piece. Because this is going to sit over the top of our base, we need to just extend the measurements ever so slightly. So whereas before we started at 2 5/8 of an inch, okay, just here, you want to bring the card across a little bit more so it's in between the 2 5/8 and the 3/4, and that will be a measurement of 2 11/16 of an inch. Okay, so grab your thing, I popped it back in, and you just want to score that one there, okay, and then you want to move it along to 3 11/16 of an inch, so just move it across. So again, just go past the 3 5/8, and it's in between the 3 5/8 and the 3 3/4, okay, and just score. And then again you're going to do the same but at 4 11/16, so again just in between the 4 5/8 and 4 3/4, and just score there. Okay, then rotate the whole thing 180 degrees so that piece is down in the bottom left hand side, and just repeat those exact same measurements again. So 2 11/16, 3 11/16, and 4 11/16. Okay, Then rotate it 90 degrees. So now these two are facing this way. And you are going to score at, let me just check so I've wrote it all down. So 3 5/16 of an inch. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time you want to score in between the 3 1/4 and 3 3/8 of an inch. And that will give you 3 5/16. So again, just score down, and then you're going to go up again. So this time we're going to go to 4, sorry, just past the 4 1/2, in between the 4 1/2 and 4 3/8 of an inch. And then this time you're going to come all the way up, because remember for the base we came right up here, but you just want to come off a little bit. So again, that same kind of in between amount, just to create that final one. And then again, rotate 180 degrees. So what you've just done is in the bottom left hand corner, come back along, you want to do 3 5/16 again, so in between the 3 1/4 and 3 5/8, 3 3/8, sorry. And then again, 4 and 3, 4 5/16 of an inch, sorry, I'm just trying to remember it all as I go, and then just come off the edge a little bit again there, just to complete that last one. Okay, then just burnish all of those score lines again, just to join up those bits that we couldn't quite reach. Okay, so that's what you should have, and now we just need to cut off all of the excess that we don't need. So first of all, you want to go along and just cut down the card. So from the most outer score line, you're just going to cut along that. Be as neat as you can, but don't worry, because it's all going to be folded inside. And you're just kind of shrinking this all down. You can leave it if you want and have the triangles on the lid like we did on the base, but it's just a bit easier, I think, just to remove it completely. So I'm just going to cut that all away, like so. Okay, and then just as we do with the reinforced boxes, so you've got the longer sides here and the shorter sides, one's facing you, one's away. You just want to cut up the two like so to the second score line there, and again along here just cut up like so. Okay, and then just take a little bit off of these pieces again, just as we did before, and then just rotate it and just cut this whole piece out and that square off. And again, just tidy up, just take little notches out of all of those, and then again remove all of this, same on this side, so that whole piece is coming out. Okay, so that's what you should have there, and you just want to repeat that all at the opposite end, so just rotate the whole thing and cut it all out again. Okay, so that's what you should have, and then just on your very outer bits here, just make sure you've got none of that score line that you've done showing, so you might just need to go along and just shear any bits off. And again, don't worry if it's not completely straight, because this is going to be all inside and you won't see it. So you can see that I'm just taking off, just shearing off a little bit there, like so. Okay, so now it's just exactly the same process again. So this is the top, so you want to put glue on these 4 little tabs, just as you did with the base. Just go around bringing that piece down and then bring your edges together. Okay, and then again you just want to put some glue on the insides of these outer tabs, just to stick that all down, and that will just reinforce the sides and make the box nice and strong. So just fold one side in, turn it on its side, and just grab your bone tool and just spread all that glue out. Okay, so there's your lid. like so. And then we just need to stick down the decoration for the top, so my piece is just going to go on there. Like so. And then I've got all my pieces to decorate, so I'm going to stick this one down first. I've mounted it already on some little foam sticky tabs. Just lie that down so it's nice and centered. Okay, and then with the little leaf design, all I did was just get some glue and just put some glue underneath the end there, and then just kind of pop it in and push it down where I need it to go. There we go. It needs a little bit longer just to dry, but now just to test it out, should fit. There we go, nice and snug on top. And there you have a really, really cute box. So there is my two slightly different designs, but I think they're really, really lovely. So I can put the other gift in that one, and that is all ready to go. I am really ahead on everything at the moment, so I am really pleased. So hope you enjoyed this one with the envelope punch board. I will be doing, as promised, some more over the coming months, and but I'm just kind of showing you basic bits at the minute and then work our way up. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.